Guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we have the Dragon Ball Superhero third part celebration collab details thingy here. So the first part, of course, was when the movie first dropped and they dropped the free-to-play Gohan. He is not yet getting his awakening with this campaign. Part 2, I guess, was when they dropped the Cell Max event, which both Global and JP got. And then now part 3 right here, this is going to be for Dokkan Fest Gamma 1 and 2, right? And it does mention that a fourth part of this is scheduled to be held in the future. My expectation is that we could continue to see superhero stuff coming sooner rather than later. I would imagine this fourth campaign, which might hold Orange Piccolo, Beast Gohan, maybe a Dokkan Fest Cell Max character, who knows, right? I would imagine that's still going to be in 2022. I don't think that this is going to be super far away. It's very clear that these games, Legends and Dokkan and stuff like that, are able to actually use these characters before. They were not able to use them. That's why, because do you really think like Legends would have dropped Beast Gohan today? If they, could help it? Like, they would have dropped them months ago, right? Same with Dokkan, right? Like, these games would have dropped these characters months ago if they were able to. So, this is interesting, right? I bet you this big stuff from Superhero is going to be in Dokkan very soon, not later on. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we got right here. So, we have login, we got missions, sort of the same stuff as always, nothing really too crazy here. Then we have the Dokkan Festival for Gamma 1 and 2. So, the way this is going to work, they are both Dokkan Festival exclusive characters, both Gamma 1 and 2. And they're both on the same banner. So, this is indeed, just like the Spirit Bomb Sword Raid Trunks and the Fusion Zamasu. Last time we had that happen was 2016, but there's something very important to note about that. The reason they did that at the time was the anime was ongoing, right? They were keeping up with the anime. Now there's new stuff happening, the movie, right? So they're kind of like keeping up, with the new stuff. Expect oddities and stuff like this to happen much more frequently when the anime comes back, right? We just got more details that the anime is going to be announced soon. So expect things are going to start to be a lot different for these games when we're going to be getting, okay, this character just dropped in the anime and then now they're in the game, right, the next day. Stuff like that's going to be happening. Now, this banner is dropping on the 20th right here for JP. This is dropping on the 27th for Global, is the way it looks. It is going to be for Gamma 1 and 2, right? By the way, I do expect Majin Vegeta will be on this banner. I think it's going to be Gamma 1, Gamma 2, and then Majin Vegeta. As time has gone on, I've grown to like Majin Vegeta more than most of the 200% leaders. I mean, LR, Vegeta, and Trunks is why, right? Like, it's sort of conditional on having them. But if they're on the team, Majin Vegeta, he does perform, I feel like, much better than characters like AGL, Cell, Resurrection F, Blues, Goku, Gohan. Majin Vegeta, at Vegeta and Trunks, it's just like exactly what he needed to be run at pretty much full power. He's there. This banner is going to be, I think, really good, and it's going to be really hard to skip. Then if we get into Gamma 1 and 2, both of them are 200% leaders. They both lead movie heroes, which instantly makes their leader skill good. And then they give leader skills to, like, lower level teams, right? Gamma 1 is leading Artificial Lifeform right here. And then Gamma 2 is leading Androids and Special Posts. That's good. So these lower level category teams now have a 170 on a 200% leader, which is going to be super good, right? Now, both of these characters, definitely seem like they're on this sort of like next tier of power. I think Pan was the last major character that dropped sort of like before this upgraded like power creep, I feel like. I don't know. Pan is definitely not as good as Kid Goku and Gamma 1 and 2 and, a lot of the LRs from the Worldwide Celebration. I guess Vegeta and Trunks do feel on that level too. You could say it started with Vegeta and Trunks, and then Pan, I guess, is just they gave her a bad kit or something. But Pan certainly does not feel on these characters' levels. Now, Gamma 1, it is insane, because they dropped Kid Goku, and I'm like, oh my god. And now, like, I don't know, like, Gamma 1 might be the best TUR. I mean, him having 700k defense with 50% damage reduction while doing a 10 million attack stat, that's going to be pretty insane. And then Gamma 2, right? Gamma 2 is able to do a lot of really, really interesting things as well, right? You can have both of these characters really go crazy. Gamma 2, he is able, because, okay, so he gets his intro for the first 4 turns, and he could do these 2 additional. So you could do 4 attacks turn 1, right? And then remember, he gets this once he does his 5th attack. So Gamma 2 can do 4 attacks. Like, if you get him turn 1, and he gets, you know, at least your 3 attacks in right here, in turn 1, then he could do 4 attacks in turn 2. He could do a lot of damage. This guy is going to be a huge damage character, right? It's like, he's kind of like, I was comparing him to Physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku, because that's kind of like a damaging offense TUR. But, I mean, you could make the case this guy is maybe even more similar to LR Final Form Cooler in his design, right? It's kind of like the same thing. The thing about Physical Super Saiyan 3 compared to these characters, though, is he's just much weaker, right? You know, defensively, he can do almost nothing. Final Form Cooler, you know, as he's doing his 12 key supers, he really is able to build up his defense rapidly. Gamma 2 also can get to 1 million defense, as he builds up. And then this, right? You pop that on a character's super attack effect, and they're going to hold up much better against these really tough fights. The other thing to keep in mind with Gamma 2, though, unlike Final Form Cooler and Goku, who are both, those characters are pretty much just damage, right? But Gamma 2 here, he does give support, 2 key 30% attack, and then he's got the high chance to nullify as well. I like Gamma 2. I definitely think I like Gamma 1 better, right? Gamma 1 is doing, like a more, like, he's fulfilling a more difficult role, right? Which is being able to sit in slot 1. That's far more valuable than what Gamma 2 is doing. But this guy, I don't know. Right now I want to say Gamma 1, Kid Goku, then Gamma 2, but we'll see. Gamma 2, he's good, right? He's definitely very strong. And then Gamma 1, he's giving key and defense, because the intention here is you run both of them together, and then the floating character is going to be getting the 3 key 30% attack and defense, right? It's interesting. I think the designs are strong for these characters. They seem very good. Them activating all their links, they have really good stats from their links, is very good as well. Another thing I've found is I feel like Gamma 1 does not need Gamma 2 at all. I feel like Gamma 2, for him to look like at his full power, he definitely does need Gamma 1. Because remember, like, for Gamma 2, you do want him to get those additional supers, right? Because then that's going to give him really good defense. Although, it is probably going to push him into territory anyway, where it's like, he's easily double-digit tanking bosses, but then he's dying in 1 hit to bosses anyway, right? Because it's like, once you get from, like, 600k to like 900k defense, that can be kind of like the no man's land, right? Where it's kind of like, you think your defense is really good, but it's not that good, right? Like Metal Cooler Core and Cell Max, which is bully defensive stats in that range, right? Which is why when they're dropping these characters out, they're doing this, right? Damage reduction. And this is why I think characters that have damage reduction, dodge, guard, right? Like, they're just better, because it's like they can actually take these hits. Whereas a unit like Gamma 2 is just relying on defense, right? Not really so much. Although, depending upon the fight, he does have the nullification. Remember, Gamma 1 is only countering Sox balls. Now that nullifications exist, you know, so like Gamma 2 can stop Broly's super attacks, right? Even though Broly cancels dodge. Gamma 1, though, you can't counter the first 2 phases of Broly. The first 2 phases of Broly are unarmed super attacks, but Broly cancels dodge. So Gamma 1 cannot counter Broly, right? Which, it's stupid. Especially if you're going to do a counter for a specific enemy super type, it should be a nullification encounter. It should not be a dodge encounter. I think that's really stupid. Yeah, very, very unfortunate. But Gamma 2 is definitely far superior, right? Because it's a nullification. I don't care about the counterattack. Who gives a shit, right? Because if you could stop the enemy's super attack, like, you won on that round. It doesn't matter, like, you know, like, oh my god, I got to get this little bit of extra damage in. Nullification, way better than just a little counter like that, right? These guys are both very good, though. They're going to be on the same banner. They're going to be leading good teams. It's Gamma 1 and 2 are looking very strong. I like what they did with that, for sure. They both have their own Dokkan events. Again, they're both Dokkan Fest exclusive characters on the same banner, which is good. That's going to be really nice. So we got a sale going until the 29th, huh? Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you look at a lot of this, the 4th, I was thinking that, like, we were going to get this celebration was going to go, I don't know, maybe until like the middle of November or something like that, and we would potentially get like a part 2 LR to this, but no, it seems as though we're just going to straight up get another Dokkan Fest exclusive on like the 4th or in that range, right? Like on the 7th or something like that. So yeah, this is just like a 2-week celebration. Okay, so we got the sale. The store event is getting a couple of new stages added to it with an item you can grind up. Nothing super crazy, though. Global Dokkan a while ago did accidentally reveal that there is eventually going to be a support memory from this story event. It's not there yet, so that will come with the next part of the superhero campaign. Cellmax gets new missions added to it. I've seen a lot of complaining to it, and I really don't get it, man. I don't get it. Like, this is exactly the type of stuff we want, right? I feel like it's so easy for them to do this. Add missions to this difficult content, right? You know, to sort of test characters against these tough events, get these rewards. Like, this is something they should be doing every single celebration, right? To the Legendary Vegeta event, Cell Max event, Red Zone, any of these events. This is a really good thing. So, there's a few missions here. Wait, did it not pop up? Here it is right here. Okay, we have a few new missions right here. Okay, I guess that's just... it's not... No! Hello! God damn it! Pull up! Okay. So, the new missions that we have to do right here, right, is we have to beat Cell Max in 8 turns. I don't think that should be too difficult. If you have any of, like, the top characters, you should be able to get that done. Even the 7th anniversary LRs can get that done. Vegeta and Trunks, Final Form Cooler, right? All those characters, right? 8 turns is not really too bad. Beat it without support items definitely does seem tough, but it's not really as bad as you think, right? But then the two that really scare the shit out of people and have people crying all over the place is you have to beat Cell Max with a special pose team, and you have to beat him with an artificial life form team. Now, for sure, right? These definitely do seem tough, but guess what? They drop content into the game that is very difficult on release. They've literally always done this. It's not anything new. But here's the thing. They made these missions, but then they also buffed those categories against Cell Max. So the way it works now is artificial life form characters and special pose characters do 210% more damage to Cell Max. So, again, Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 do not specifically do 210% more damage. It is these entire categories that are doing this extra damage to Cell Max. A lot of extra damage. So it's like, yes, he could still kill you, but it's still an event that costs no stamina, and there's no restrictions whatsoever. You just go in the event, you could do it, right? And these are missions that last forever. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna cry like big salty tears. Oh, boo-hoo. Because they make a tough mission day one. Like, yeah, man. Like, guess what? You don't have to beat it second one that it comes out. It's okay if it's a bit of a struggle. I see no problem with this whatsoever, right? And again, I'd like to point this out because I saw people... God damn it. I'm interrupting myself. Yeah, pause. There. But like I beat Cell Max. Like I already did this before. This is a full special pose team. And people will go, oh my god, you have a full rainbow team. Well, yeah, man. Sorry, tough. Guess what? Like the game does want you to get dupes, right? Like, yeah, summon for dupes. But like I'm telling you, you could come in here with a 55% Ginyu Force team. I mean, Physical Ginyu, Tech Ginyu, these guys are free-to-play units. I think if you have 55% for Ginyu, Rikuma Goldo, and Birder and Jace, you could still win. With the 210% increased damage, dude, this shit is not going to be that bad. So Ginyu Force will be able to take that down. I think Artificial Life Form is one that's going to be tougher. I guess, I don't know if the Metal Cooler team could do it. I mean, you could win with the Metal Cooler team, but it would be, this is going to be the trickier one to me, is the Artificial, who is it? It's Gamma, Gamma 1 leads Artificial Life Form, that's good. Because Gamma 1 is going to be way better in this event than Gamma 2, right? Because Gamma 2, he can easily just get cooked, right? Whereas Gamma 1 will definitely be able to eat a Cell Max super attack. I think people were upset about Special Pose, but you have the Ginyu Force squad you could use with that. I think Artificial Life Form will probably be tougher. This is where having Gamma 1 is definitely going to help this out quite a bit. Now, before, again, people go, like, having a freaking meltdown over this, I would also, I mean, there's no proof of this, right, or anything like that. I would assume Gamma 1 and 2 might have a very fast turnaround. What I mean by this is there's a good chance, I think, that Gamma 1 and 2 could end up on Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo's banners. The reason I say that, too, if you guys remember, I can pull this up, actually. Yeah, dude, this site is very good for this. Let me pull up Physical Goku Black. This was crazy. This was such a global advantage for this guy. So they dropped Physical Goku Black as a Dokkan Fest, right? Base form Goku Black. It's right here. They dropped Physical Goku Black when the anime was ongoing. So people were super excited summoning for Goku Black. You know, oh my god, Goku Black is in game, right? So they dropped him on his own shitty banner. Literally the next Dokkan Fest banner, he's featured on it. Could you imagine if that happened today? Look, this banner went away on November 1st. November 17th, he's back featured with Rose. Literally the next Dokkan Fest banner. You have Goku Black. Dude, look at the time frame too. It's literally like it's actually the same. Look at this. It's the 20th of October, dude. It's the same thing 6 years later. But, like, Physical Goku Black, they drop him, and then he's on the next banner. I'm telling y'all right now, I won't, like, if Gamma 1 and 2 are on Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo's banner, like, next month or 2 months, I don't go, oh my god, who saw this coming? No one. It's like, yeah, they do this, right? Keep in mind that things like the schedule, like, they operate differently when it comes to new Dragon Ball, like stuff being introduced, right? Which Gamma 1 and 2 are. So you could potentially skip these guys, and they might be coming back very soon. I think it's a possibility. Now, I'm not guaranteeing it, but I do think it's a possibility that we could see these two return very, very quickly. To me, it would make a ton of sense, right? So we have that. We have the Cell Max missions, which will be fun. I like the difficult content, getting new missions. I enjoy it. Elder Kai banner, and then, of course, the new quest mode stages, which were just added. Area 29 is finished now, so we have Area 28 and Area 29 fully implemented and finished. I think the two best link level stages moving forward, 28-2, I think is the maximum efficiency stage. Well, yeah, I would say 28-2 in terms of speed, because until you get to, like, rank 900, you're probably not doing enough runs and using enough stamina to where you're burning through a lot of stones, because you get so much rank EXP from Area 28. And then I think Area 29 Stage 3 is also incredible, and you can grind incredible gems from that, right? So there is that. Now, there's no EZA announced in here. I would say, I think there probably still will be. Next week, we would see it tweeted out. Or there could be nothing. I think they easily could do an EZA for the Cell, because this is nothing. There's not a lot here, right? So I think they could do an EZA. A lot of people pointed out potentially MVP 17, but I wonder, is there an artificial life form character who would be coming up for an EZA? I don't think so, huh? No. There's nothing here. None of these are Dokkan Fests. Super Boo? There's no way they EZA transforming Super Boo, right? They would definitely do transforming Boo before Exchange Boo. And then 13? Would they EZA Android 13 or transforming Super Boo with this celebration? The reason I think it could be more likely to be Artificial Life Form or Special Pose is for these Cell Max missions, right? More so than MVP Android 17. What about in here? You have already EZA'd. No Dokkan Fests here. They're not. I don't think they're EZAing him yet. Nothing. Yeah, dude, I feel like we could maybe see Transforming Boo EZA. Remember, the Dokkan Fest after this Transforming Boo was AGL Metal Cooler, who EZA'd last month. So it's like he could, which, you know, again, this would help. And the way this character is set up, too, he probably would be good for the Cell Max event, right? Where he's a transforming character from turn 5, which they might not change. Could be interesting to see if this guy EZAs. Okay. So moving, I guess the most sense for a character to EZA is probably this guy right here. And remember, his release date is before Transforming Boo, but I'm thinking one of these two. If we see an EZA announcement next week, it will probably be one of these two. So we'll find out maybe on like the 24th at 4 a.m. We would see, like, is there going to be a tweet with 17 or Super Boo or something like that is what we could see, right? So let me know what you guys think of the third part of the Dragon Ball Super Superhero campaign. Again, remember that this is coming to Global Dokkan next week. And I would like to keep everyone in mind, this banner will be very good. I feel like summoning on this would be good, right? Both of these characters are ridiculously busted, and they're ridiculously busted on very weak categories, right? Things like Worthy Rival, Artificial Life Form, Android, Special Pose, Defender of Justice absolutely needs this level of power. So this would be a very beneficial character to get, because, I mean, it seems like, you know, these types of missions, stuff like that, they're doing this often, right? Where it's like, okay, use this category to beat this event. So buffing your lower level categories with Gamma 1 and 2, I think could be a pretty good idea. But I also would like to point out that I think these guys could very easily have a fast turnaround, just like Physical Goku Black 6 years to the day, right? I think Gamma 1 and 2 could have a quick turnaround like Physical Goku Black did. So definitely keep that in mind. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.